Welcome back, guys, to Tea Time. I know you've been missing the dynamic duo of District of Buckets and Cheem. We're going to be recapping the draft for our two respective teams. As many surprises on my end, maybe not as much on your end. But honestly, let's just get straight into it. Since you guys picked ahead of us, what are your thoughts on all the guys you guys drafted this
So,
days?
so I like the Trey Johnson pick. Other than that, like nothing I really loved. It seemed like they were doing a good job of just taking who they felt was the best player, just trying to get talent at whatever position, the draft position that they had.
Mhm.
I mean, like a lot of Wizards fans, obviously, would have liked to see them try to go big with that second pick, kind of figure that out. But it's kind of a between that and then the trades they made pre-draft,
Mhm.
they're really signifying that they're kind of they're just trying to get players that they think they can really develop into something. Um, just didn't really, I don't know, like I'm not super excited by anything outside, like really outside of Johnson here, but I can't really complain. Like I think he's going to be a bucket. I mean, when you're one of the best, like the best scorer in the SEC, like you've got something.
Yeah.
So he's going to be fun to have. He'll actually be able to find his way in the rotation. I think he's someone that eventually takes like a Kispert role. I think Kispert gets dealt to a contending team because he's a guy who can play a really good bench role, and then that's when Johnson really kind of tries to step in and get his shot. So really,
Mhm.
it's all about him. Um, it's also funny seeing just kind of some of my guys go like who went like going Will Riley like right after was it Jassionis or how we pronounce it. Like I wanted him. If
Oh, Yakuonis, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted him. I wanted him right before. Like it's kind of it fits in like my Wizards thing where there's always a player. I feel like before we pick
That
goes,
you want more.
it happened with like MPJ. Like it happens here and there where there's like someone like right before us where I'm like I want that guy, and it's happened. I think it happened again, but nothing
Yeah.
against Riley, who I think is a solid player. It just doesn't really fit like what the team needs. But I think they're just taking the best player on the board, which you really can't complain about.
Yeah, I honestly agreed with that too because I got confused. When teams trade, I'm like, okay, the Jazz is picking. Why did they pick a Will Riley? They just got Ace Bailey. But then I was like, oh, I forgot they traded it to the Wizards. Because Trey Johnson, because I know I was in a class, so I didn't see the first like 7 or 8 picks. I was like, oh dang, Trey Johnson. I was like, dang, that's a pretty good pickup because I'm pretty sure Fears didn't go right before.
Yeah.
It was pretty much guaranteed y'all was going to pick him up. Um, and then I felt like Will Riley was kind of redundant. I feel like he's just like a less defensive Keyshawn George. And I didn't really get it, but I guess like you said, the best player available. Um, and it's just crazy how y'all are moving. Y'all got vets for everybody. Because at first I even was surprised about the CJ McCollum Jordan Poole trade. I was like, what are they doing here? But then you have to think outside of basketball. You got to think about the business, and you guys going clear like almost 100 million in cap space if all those people don't return, like Marcus Smart, Chris Middleton, Rashawn Holmes, and I think Anthony Gill as well. So I think y'all got mentors for all those people for 1 year. So y'all will like slightly compete while also teaching the youth, and then y'all can make a splash next year in free agency or just make a big trade. So I think that's like a pretty good direction. Like y'all have some scoring punch, and this younger person, let's see if he because he has the measurements to theoretically play better defense in the league. Trey Johnson. So if he can like get up to speed on the defensive end, we already know the scoring is going to be there. And you guys got people that can move the rock a little bit. So I think it's going to be an interesting squad to watch
Yeah.
with like the 1 year vets and then all the young guys trying to get up to speed. So yeah, it's definitely interesting in Wizards land. I'm not gonna lie, like y'all really cooked. I'm not gonna lie, y'all really cooked. I definitely would have expected a big as well, just to help out Alex Sarr, but I guess y'all can get a big next year.
Yeah.
Because y'all could be like the Pelicans and pay a lot for Derek Queen. I didn't really understand the logic with that, but hey, I guess Derek Queen really they guy. I just feel like it puts a little pressure on them. But
Yeah.
I really liked who y'all picked up. I feel like y'all moving I'm moving in a great direction.
Yeah, it's definitely encouraging. Like a lot of people didn't really see the vision like right after those trades were made, where like the amount of money they can have, like they can clear up. Like you'll have, I mean, it's a full stripped down rebuild.
Yeah.
So they finally put a timeline on it by knowing
Yeah.
that if we have these expiring contracts, like that's pretty much it. Like once those are done, like that's when they expect for us to like. That's when you need the flexibility to make moves that start winning basketball games. So
yeah,
it sucks that it's still probably another 2 years out, but at least there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, and I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel for y'all, and then like for us, because the Drew Holiday trade, I was pissed off. I was so pissed off. I was really contemplating. I was just like contemplating, like, damn, we don't got Drew Holiday back. We gave away Dame and Anthony for the same player back, and then I had to sleep on it because I was like, yeah, now this joint pissing me off, man. And I was like, I understand the trade a bit, but I felt like not that we gave too much. I feel like we should have picked up that phone, man. I don't know why people pick up the phone when coming to the Celtics. We saved it. Everybody want to save the Celtics. I don't get it. I really don't get it because even the Hawks, I guess they won a little bit. Like Porzingis is still a good player when he's playing. They give Trae Young actual, space on the floor. But I'm just like, dang, why we pick up the phone? Why we get Drew Holiday back? Like we like all the Blazers fans were complaining that Anthony's taking Scoot's reps. Like Scoot needed to be in the starting lineup. Okay, like maybe, but we don't have anybody that can create offense as great as him. Yeah, we got Denny, but Denny is not as dynamic as Anthony can be, especially how much attention he garners at the three. So there's a lot of frees up a lot of space in the paint, but they pack the paint when it comes to him because he's the only one that can shoot. And now that we got rid of him, like obviously we had to figure out what we were going to do with him, and he was probably going to end up having similar contract to Drew Holiday anyway. But I'm just like, I didn't really get it. But I guess we're really trying to hone in on that defensive culture. Like we really just want to be this menaces pests on defense. And I get it. Drew Holiday is one of those people. But I'm just like, damn, our offense is really going to suffer. We're going to be like the Magic or like the Rockets last year. Like we're going to be able to rebound. We're going to be able to lock some people up. But when it comes to the offensive side of things, now we got to who are we relying on? Relying on Denny, relying on Jeremy Grant, Shaden. Like I don't even know who's going to start anymore.
Young.
So like I'm just like I'm so confused. And then I was like, okay, in the draft, this like where we're at is kind of tricky because I feel like every like top six, yeah, about top six is where you're getting like the best people in the draft, and I feel like everybody else after that is like the same tier pretty much. Not that you couldn't have had a steal, but I just felt like there was nothing else really that would have fit for us. Because I didn't think Con was going to go top 4, but I guess you can't really complain about a dude that scores as well as him, still is able to take care of the ball, make plays for others. So I was like, okay, let's trade down. And I didn't think we were actually going to trade down when I saw we trade down. I was like, okay, perfect. And I know some of my Blazers mutuals were really liking Cedric Coward. I liked him too, but I wasn't, like the highest. I didn't really like buy in like that because obviously he didn't really play that much. So it's only so much I could go off of. And also he was a local, so there was some love there. But when I saw what we got back, I was like, all right, cool. This is a good little haul. But it's like at 16, you got to take a guard, right? Like, yeah, there's wings, but they took Carter Bryant. I was like, Rasheer Fleming was still on the board, but see, he fell all the way out the first round, which I was very surprised about. So we got to take a guard. So I was thinking we were going to take Yakuhonis because I was like, at that we got Drew Holiday. I was kind of out on Jace Richardson because I don't think we need another guard that's just short out there. Because if we didn't have Drew Holiday and then Anthony was like traded for like I guess a wing, then I probably would have thought differently. So I was like, yeah, we got to go point guard here. And then when we picked Hanson Yang, I was like, I already knew about him, but I wasn't really like tapped in for real because I don't know, I didn't really buy into him getting drafted anywhere close to that early. I was just like, damn, why did we get him? And I'm just so confused, but I'm like, all right, let's move on. Like, let me try to see some things that like change my mind. And they call him Chinese Jokic. I'm calling him the Great Wall of China. I'm like, all right, let me buy into it. Like I see it, but also I'm like, dang, like they were, and in the interview, Joe Cronin was like, yeah, we wanted him last year. They wanted him to declare last year. So I was like, damn, will we have gotten him last year instead of Klingon? That's interesting. Um, but that also made me realize that they just thought that person was the best available. They were already going in like Hanson Yang. That's no matter what. And if that's the case, they traded down, got some extra value, picked him up. I'm not really minding that. And I guess that really means Aiton is getting the boot. Thankfully, I hope so. And then Rob Will's probably going to be gone or something because he hasn't been staying healthy. So I'm thinking Aiton is probably gone, but he's probably going to stick around the season, so we just let him expire. So I'm liking the pick. I guess it gives Klingon a little bit of competition, and I guess we get a little bit more of an offensive hub. I just feel like the players we surrounding Yang with right now isn't like, I guess if you want to be a Jokic, you're building around a Jokic. Now we're going to build around Yang, but if you're building around that type of player, you need some shooters. And we do not have that. Like shooting is going to be rough for the Blazers.
Yeah,
really rough. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with that either. We don't even have. I don't even think we have an MLE anymore because of Drew Holiday. So I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm pretty sure Cronin is just not going to make any other moves. So we're just going to. Summer League is coming up. We're just going to just watch Hanson Yang and beat up the competition. Hopefully.
yeah. I think he's closer to OG Sabonis than he probably is to Jokic. I think it's like maybe like a little bit more inside. Like he can shoot and everything, but I don't know why. Like I was like looking at some of his stuff through like international competition. And so I don't know. It gave me like it's the same like type of like player, but it was like more on that like OG Sabonis side than like the Jokic side. Maybe it's because he wasn't playing with guys where he could really pass as well.
Yeah,
I never really had to see that. That's probably why, but I think that's the only reason why. Like he still has everything, but like he didn't really have that like we're like Jokic is like I'm practically a point guard.
Yeah. I will see that because I feel like when you see any passing big, it's like the first thing you go to is Jokic because Jokic does it like the best. But then you don't realize there's other ones out there. They're just not as looked at because I guess the impact is not as great, but it's somewhat similar. So I would agree with the Sabonis thing too, is because he's not a threat as a shooter right now at all. Like Jokic is still a threat because he's Jokic.
You have to be out there on him.
Yeah, but Yang as of right now, we're not there. But it's interesting to see that we got 2 7-footers. So I don't know. Like I know they won't play together because they're just food in the perimeter. So we're not going to do that to them. But I'm interested to see how that would work. Like, yeah, because I was thinking we were trying to get a little bit more of a mobile big. Yeah. But I guess we're just going to be tall and stout, I guess. I don't know. Like I buy into it a little bit more every single day, just to keep myself from crying. Because I don't know. Honestly, I can't be mad because I'm like I don't really know who else we could have gotten that I would have been like, yes, like great draft from us. It was kind of like we got to take one pick and roll with it. So if they believe that was the best player, it is what it is. If he's not, he's out of here in 4 years. We still got to pick next year, I think. So, and next year is a lot better, apparently. So I haven't really dove deep into that. I try to not overwhelm myself, but that was an interesting pick. I'm not gonna lie. Blazers has definitely threw me for a loop. You can't ever guess what they're gonna do next. That's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I would say if there's a player that like outside of like the highly rated touted names, or maybe even someone who went into the second round that you wish or that you think might pop off in summer league, who do you think it would be?
Second round. Thank God. Second round was a little bit tricky for me because there was a lot of people that left. Left the draft. I have to. Let's see. Oh, that was first round. What was the second round? Oh, Dan is a couple. Yeah, dang, there's a couple. So I would say a dude Theoro, Cam Jones. Big Cam Jones fan. I feel like the Pacers really hit on that one. I'm a big Cam Jones fan. And Javon Small.
Javon Small.
Yeah. Those are probably my picks.
Yeah. My favorite second round pick. I don't know. I don't really think I think the league probably won't find a place for him, but I think summer league he has a chance to have some fun. But John Tonji.
Okay.
John Tonji's a bucket. Like absolute like him for like the things he did. He was Wisconsin. Yeah. Like watching him in college. Like if he goes to summer league and he actually gets like a place where he can like score the ball, like he's gonna be tough.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna watch him.
Him.
I think I heard about him, but I didn't really get to watch him that much because I feel like that wasn't on my radar. After kind of like 40, 45 players, I was getting tired of looking at all these people, man.
Yeah.
But because I can't I honestly after I don't know I know a good amount, but yeah, some they started getting a little bit more. The names started getting a little bit more unfamiliar. Oh, Kobe Sanders got picked up? Oh, snap. I'm very surprised about that. Oh, and then we signed Caleb Love on a two-way. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it might be better than whoever we got right now, Justin Manaya.
Could be fun in summer league.
Yeah, that could be fun in summer league.
Fun in summer league.
But other than that, I'm just like I'm kind of. If you contribute, he contribute. If you don't, he don't. I guess that's somebody we can scale up and down if you ever bring him on the squad for like I guess a weekend trip or home trip where we can see what he does off the bench. But I really think that Yang pick really just shows us we think we're fully bought in on a Denny or a Shaden Sharp leap this year, and that's what we got to pray on. Yeah, dang, that's what we got to pray on actually immensely because I just realized we don't have anybody that can shoot. Nobody. Yeah, I have to let me look and see.
You pack the paint.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They're just gonna dare them to shoot, and is our best shooter Denny? Oh no!
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh no! Damn, I wish it was easier way to look at this. Yeah, 30 and 36.5. Damn. Or it might be Drew Holiday.
I'd say Drew Holiday is probably more. Is he more volume?
Yeah, but I feel like Drew Holiday. I think Drew Holiday shot. Oh no, he shot 35 this year. He shot 42 last year. But damn, he shot 42 last year. Yeah, he shot 5 threes and made 30. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's on the Celtics.
Yeah.
Like they significantly better spacing. I don't. Oh, Tumani shot 30. Oh wow, Tumani shot 37 on 4.5. Damn, he was actually yeah. That's not. Dang, we don't have nobody, bruh.
No snipers.
None. And then I don't even want to look at Shaden Sharp stuff, bro.
Yeah.
The Jones at 31% on 6.5. Yeah. We don't got anybody, bro.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy Grant wanted to take a doo-doo last year. Jeremy Grant's the only one that can he's the only one that can redeem himself, but he's 36. Yeah, he need to get back to that the first 2 years form he had when he was shooting 40. But I don't want him on the team, man. But I knew when Anthony got traded, I think we're keeping Jeremy Grant all the way through.
Yeah.
Who are we gonna start? Shaden still might be off the bench. I'm not even gonna lie. Because there's no way you bench Tumani.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you bench Simone. There's no way you bench Denny. Yeah, damn. I do not want to see Chauncey roll up that. Just the harassment lineup. Yeah, Scoot. 30, yeah, we don't have anybody. Oh, well, we're going to be the worst 3-point shooting team again. One of the worst again. Yeah, can't wait for it.
Just run it back.
Cannot wait for it. God damn. And I feel like this draft was hard to find anybody that could shoot really well that could provide something else other than just shooting. That's why 11 felt like too rich. Once we got 11 and lottery, I was like, yeah, we might as well just sit pretty. Sheesh. Yeah. Oh my god. Dang, y'all got some spacing to work with. Oh my god.
We'll see.
I feel like how many games do y'all think y'all gonna win?
Well, so here's the thing: is that I feel like for some reason I feel like the vets are gonna do something dumb, come out the gate strong.
Oh, like that? Like, what was it? It was like 4 years ago where y'all were like 10-2.
Yeah, they were like 10-2, and then they said, "Hey, stop this." I'm gonna go. Trying to see what I want to do.
No, this is actually y'all might have a little lethal lineup. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll give my official prediction.
Okay.
Let me see what I got though. Just want to see what I can just think about.
I feel like y'all got 30 wins in y'all. 30.
I think for some dumb reason they're gonna give us like. I think we could do more than 30. We shouldn't.
Okay.
This team should win like 25 games.
Okay.
But for some dumb reason, I feel like we're gonna win more than 30. I don't know why. I don't know. There's no logic behind it. I just feel like the old heads are gonna do something.
Yeah, I mean, I also feel like the East
wide open too.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even be surprised. The East is completely open.
Yeah, East is more wide open than it was last year. Because we're back to speaking of the Eastern Conference, we're back to the same season for the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to happen again. So for the second straight year, there is no excuse of why the Cleveland Cavaliers shouldn't go to the finals, and it's going to happen again where they're not going to go to the finals. Damn. No excuse.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no excuse. They don't have anybody that has a long-term injury. Yeah. Damn, the Bucks are cooked. Celtics kind of cooked. Pacers, kind of cooked. Magic should definitely leap up in there.
Pistons will leap up.
Yeah. Hawks. Yeah. 76ers, if they want to get back to not being hurt. Yeah. I guess the Raptors might be in the mix too. I guess they just have players. I don't know how well they mesh together.
They got people.
Yeah, they just got people. They just got people that show up to work.
Yeah. They got like the Western Conference all loaded up right now. The East is back. Somehow the East always gets back to this.
Yeah, the East is just some shit, bro. I can't believe this, man. The West is hell. Blazers fighting monsters every step of the way. And then KD's on the Rockets, bro.
Yep.
Oh my God. We're in the dog fight. I think that's why they're trying to fake compete this year.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in the Kings. I guess everybody kind of at the same place.
I mean, the difference between like seeds like 2 through like 7 were like a handful of games anyway. Because like when everyone was like, "Oh, the Rockets got the 2 seed," it was like, "Well, this isn't the same 2 seed."
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the Rockets won 2 more games than everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nuggets and Lakers were tied. Nuggets, Lakers, Clippers all had the same record, and then after that, Timberwolves were by themselves with 49 and 33, and then the Wolves, I said Wolves, Warriors and Grizzlies had the same record.
Mhm.
So yeah, they were all one game away from each other the whole time. And we could have made a freaking play in the way we were playing too.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the Mavericks might. I don't know. Oh, Kyrie's out. Nope, they're not in the mix. Um, Damn, the Blazers might make the play-in. The Blazers actually might make the play-in.
Yeah.
Shit, if we win as an eighth seed, I'll take it.
Hey,
I'll take it. You don't got to be the best in the West. You just got to be better than them for 4 games.
Yep.
You think the Thunder two-peat?
No,
You don't?
I don't. I don't think the Thunder are 2-peat.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I think this time around, but not because of talent. I think this time around they're not as lucky.
Yeah. Like lucky with matchups or just lucky with being the worst?
Like health wise,
matchup
stuff like that. Like not saying like they won because they were one of the top teams in NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
What everyone forgets because of how young they are. But I think it's going to be interesting to see them go through this, get this far, and then have to go back through this other season. Seeing guys who have had some like early injury issues, like I look at like Chet, for example. Like Chet had that really early injury. Not necessarily like saying they're going to get hurt or anything, but just saying that like I think it's going to be really tough for them physically to get over that, like to get back to back to do that hump.
Yeah.
I mean, you have some guys that they can kind of shuffle in the mix here, but I think they get there. I just don't think they win the next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also feel like they might. I mean, they just have an all-time defense, so I just feel like it's hard. I mean, I guess they made it work. All it takes is one time. I feel like it'd probably be harder to win if they're not hitting as many threes as they did, and I feel like they're relying on people that are not the best 3-point shooters in playoff time to hit those big shots. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I feel like they had a good draft. I mean, it doesn't address like I guess a need of shooting. I guess the other guy might. I'm not really familiar with Brooks Barnheiser. But when I saw they took Thomas Silver, I was like, damn, how did they let the Thunder get this guy? How did they let them get somebody that's going to help whenever he's done? And that's their hard and sign insurance. And you're telling me they're going to put him and Chet together on the court at some point? That just like that's going to be hell on defense, man. I'm like, damn, the Thunder really won again. They won the chip, and then they won on the draft, and then they got another first-round pick next year. I'm like, damn, man, how they keep that? Like, this is stuff that you want your GMs to do, and like y'all doing it, maybe not to I guess that big ass extent where you got 50 million draft picks, but y'all got assets to work with.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I look at my team like, damn, we young, we not even in the mix for real. Where are our assets at? Gone. So our GM don't know how to freaking evaluate prospects and players. But if Yang is good, I can take back one part of that statement. The other statements hold true though. We need to also stop bailing out the Celtics.
Please.
When push comes to shove. I don't know how they get away with this. If they get do you think they're going to move somebody else?
I think they're a deadline mover. I don't think preseason they do much more than what they've already done, but I think at the deadline they move somebody.
Valid.
Yeah. If it looks like they're not going to be able to really, like, if they come out and they look bad without JT, like, I think someone gets moved to the deadline.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, if they're like, hey, kind of like they're competing a bit and just kind of staying afloat, like, I don't really think so, but I think they come out, they don't look good, someone's getting dealt.
Yeah. I wonder who would get dealt first. Because I want to say Derek White, but you can't find. Well,
but Derek White's we're like a step away from a championship guy, and And if you're like, it's always just going to be like a mini rebuild for them.
Yeah.
Like you'll still have the high tier talent like coming back, but you're going to have to figure out what you're doing because you're basically losing what I think is a year of a lot of these other guys that are like championship winning guys, but without the firepower of a guy who is consistently in like MVP voting.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those guys look normal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I guess that's right. Man, there's many teams that can use a damn Derek White. Shit, I'll take Derek White. They can take Drew Holiday back. Yeah, I'd rather take Derek White than Drew Holiday, but that's somebody that's going to take a lot from you, take a lot of assets.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I couldn't even right now. I guess there's still moves we got to wait for. Because I'm like, for me, I'm thinking Thunder go back to back. I don't see anybody on the East winning it. Yeah, I don't see anybody on the East. Nobody on the East moves me. It's all Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
I guess injuries are a thing because I would have never thought the 76ers would have been this bad. So I guess right now, I can't call it. I gotta wait for maybe August, September before I actually like give a good prediction. I just know the teams, at least the teams in the East, at least the Hornets are now a little bit more interesting. The Nets, I guess maybe because they got a whole 5 players, but I can't believe the Nets. I feel like they had 4 misses.
Yeah.
4 big swings and misses. I can't believe they oh my God, bro. Because Yegor wasn't a big fan of him for real. But I guess they thought he was going to be the best. So I was like, all right, cool. They can have him. Nolan Traore, I really liked him before this whole cycle started, but he had a bad start to the season. I guess he got better, but I feel like he just didn't get back to what he was last year. And then you get another point guard, Ben Saroff, and then you get Danny Wolf. I don't know. I don't really get it. Oh, Drake Powell. Drake Powell is the only one I really liked. But I'm just like, damn, why you get 5 playmakers, 5 kind of guards? I guess Danny Wolf could play with Claxton.
Danny Wolf is interesting though, right? And there's a lot of things outside of the amount of turnovers that he had being too high, but there's a lot of things that he did do well, like being a big who can kind of run a little bit of an offense.
Mm-hmm.
So he has value there that I think that the Nets can definitely utilize. It's just there's so many other negatives that it's tougher for like he's a target. I feel like for a lot of people, like especially you get like on defense, like when the guards will see him, they can have a good time. Just like, I think he gets worked by a lot of guards in the league, but I think he can hold on a little bit on the inside. But he's got a lot of fun offensive tools like that. I think that like he can solid touch, he can pass, like he can handle the rock. He's someone to watch out for, like maybe developing into a nice role.
Yeah,
I just don't think off rip that he's someone that I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, I feel like as much as how bad I feel like they picked, I feel like Jordi Fernandez is going to make something work because he made something work with the Nets. Even though, like I said, they didn't win as many games, but they were very competitive in a lot of games that I guess they just either purposely or just fell short to. But I feel like he's a good enough coach. He got him 26. Yeah, he got him 26 wins. Could have been more. Easily could have been 36 wins. So I think they're going to compete better than people think. I feel like strictly coaching wise, and then we're just going to have to see if the players develop past just being carried by their coach. But I think the Nets will be interesting. I feel like the Hornets going to maybe make some noise. They got people that can actually finish plays. LaMelo's not passing to degenerates anymore. I see they talk about they're building a good culture now with their draft picks. But I like where the direction they went. Got rid of Mark Williams, got a better big. I guess a big that could be healthier. A little bit on the older side, but he can still finish plays and very efficient at the rim. Good defensive drop big. And then they got Con. Not a fan of Liam McNeely, but I guess if he's there to shoot, he should theoretically be able to do that well enough. Yeah, they definitely got an interesting little lineup now. Hopefully Trey Mann comes back and isn't as hurt as he was this past season. Yeah, hopefully they cash in on how fun they seem like they're going to be. Hopefully all the teams that got a good enough picks cash in on who I think how fun they're going to be. Because I say I would tune into some Hornets games more now. It's kind of hard when LaMelo don't play, Brandon Miller don't play. It's not much you want to see on that team. I guess unless you're a fan. I don't think. I feel like we don't. Would you say there's a team? No. Nah. The Bulls, Heat, not watching. But no, Bucks is the number one I'm not watching. Yeah, never mind. There are teams I would not watch. Kings. Yeah. Jazz. Nah. I don't know about the Jazz. Maybe the CX Billy, but he's been rubbing me funny. Hopefully he'll succeed. I said the Pelicans are going to be interesting, though. I don't know what they got going on over there. A lot of vibes.
Yeah, a lot of vibes.
Jordan Poole and Zion.
They'd be a fun 2K team, though.
Oh, for sure. Damn, this is definitely a fun 2K team. Jeremiah Fears, Jordan Poole, Trey Murphy, Zion, Missy, Herb Jones. Yeah, that's a fun 2K team. Damn, that might. Nah, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know what they got going on over there.
Yeah.
I might be interested in them, but dang, I want to say I'm excited to watch Blazers basketball, but this offense is going to be rough. We already don't have a good offensive coach. I don't know how this shit gonna work, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe Summer League, Chauncey can pick up some things.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we're gonna be playing. Oh yeah, Klingon's probably not playing Summer League because we did the same stuff to Scoot. But we got a solid Summer League squad. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of Jameer Watkins? I know one of my friends liked him a lot for like the past 2 or 3 years. Didn't know he was like a 5th year or 6th year.
I like him a lot. He's like he could be a menace on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he needs like if he shows a little bit of a consistent jumper in the league, he'll be tough.
Bad. Yeah, dang.
But yeah, I think that's really all I got.
All right, bad. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I didn't know what direction our teams were gonna. Well, I guess I knew more of the direction your team was gonna move, and y'all had pretty things set up nicely for y'all. But hopefully, Summer League starts in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Hopefully they show us some flashes. These young guys give us something to look forward to because about 3 months without basketball. NBA basketball is brutal. Now that I'm thinking about it, once the finals, once the confetti came down, I was like, damn, July can't come fast enough, and then October, the end of October can't come fast enough. We don't got FIBA to hold us over, I don't think. So we got definitely going. Oh, I guess we got WNBA. So
turn up. That's
gonna hold us over for the next couple of months. But thank you all for tuning in again. We're going, come back with these collabs. It's been a minute. It's been a long time, but I know y'all missed us. We're gonna, link up again soon. So thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a good one. Peace.